and Dr. Vijay Kumar Yadav. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. I, Anchor Mani Tripathi, would like to take a moment to extend my warmest greetings to each one of you for making the effort of being here today. It is my great pleasure to have you all here for the ESG awareness program. And as said that every good thing starts with the name of God, let us also begin this morning by the lamp lighting ceremony. All the dignitaries on the dais, I would request you all to please light the lamp. Can we have a huge round of applause for the dignitaries, please? Thank you so much. It's a very humble request that please clap whenever someone is coming up, because I feel that gives a lot of positive energy and it's make the vibe good. So I would request all of you that whenever we invite someone or whenever there's a thing happening on the stage, it's a little request to please show your love through a little clapping. I hope that's fine. Can we show how? Thank you so much, everyone. And before we further begin with the further events, I would like the chairman, Dr. A. Shaktivel, to please felicitate Mr. Sudhir Sikri, sir. Thank you so much. Now I would like to request Dr. A. Shaktivel to please felicitate Shri Urendra Virendra Uppal, sir. Moving forward, I would request Dr. A. Shaktivel to please felicitate Ms. Katrina. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Sudhir Sikri, Chairperson AEPC, who's also our chief guest, to enlighten the gathering by his wise words. Okay, so now I would like to call upon Dr. A. Shaktivel, Chairman AMHSSC, for delivering the welcome note.
Very good, confused. Sorry. Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our beloved chairman and long-time family associate, Mr. Sudhir Sikri. We call group chairman of our APC, Mr. Virendra Uppal, my dear beloved brother, and of course, Katrina became a part of our council now. Last nearly more than a year we are working together. So Katrina, welcome. And our CEO, Mr. Vijay Yadav, and Mr. Amit. Friends, before starting my speech, I want to personally thank Mr. Sudhir Sikri, because when I called him, said, we are going to have this ESG for all over India. I need your support and the APC should support us. He not even thought about a minute. He said, Anna, please go ahead. Not only that, he instructed the whole APC office all over India to help us out to organize this seminar. Sir, really thank you for all your support. As we say, our group chairman, Mr. Virendra Uppal, is a past chairman of APC, past chairman of our council. Only with him we started this journey of ESG. Last year, myself and Mr. Virendra Uppal went all the way to Swiss and met the Katrina, and we started the dialogue how to go about this ESG in India. So Katrina and team, we met in Zurich. From that day onwards, things are going well, because I always believe that Mr. Uppal touch is a Midas touch. Thank you, Mr. Uppal, for all this. And not only that, anything and everything, I have some issues or some confusion, I take his advice. And believe me, that whatever he says, it really works out for me in my life. I'm indebted to him in my life, for me, my younger brother. Of course, we have my brothers from APC, Mr. Rakesh Vaid and Mr. Vijay Jiddal. They're all sailing with me for last 30 years. We have our new AG, Mr. Thakur, and all other buying houses, exporters, and friends. It's a great moment for me because last 3 venues already over. We started with Tirupur, then Bangalore. Yesterday we are in Bombay. Today we are here. Tomorrow we'll be in Jaipur, and Monday we'll be in Calcutta. Again Tuesday we'll be in Noida. So 7 places we have selected. We are going all over India to just tell what you are doing and what is that coming for us. All my speech I always say that when you are a child, you always threaten the kids that tiger is coming and tiger is coming. But here also, that tiger was coming for us, but now we realize that we should face the tiger. That's the reason we have taken the initiative in our council to do this. And of course, APC and ATDC is already on the job. So every association in India is talking about ESG. Save the earth, save the planet. That's the song of the world now. Everybody sings the same, that we have to save the earth. So what it did here is, after signing with the blue sign, we worked out the course. Now, I request each one of you to register yourself. That course is for 8 weeks, and the course you can go through you can engage your factory manager, executive, merchandiser, whoever you want to think that they are fit, please ask them to join the course. The course will teach you the 8 months how to keep your factory and what are the complaints you have to follow. So the basic things will be done by the through course. And of course, as I said, Katra is the most experienced in this EIG. She is working in the same field for the last 15 years, and she has got a very good knowledge of the EIG because you talk anything and everything, she will just say, yes, this is the answer. So we are happy that you have engaged with Katharina for this course, and they prepared a course for last, I think, 5 months. They worked hard in Switzerland, and the course curriculum has been drawn now. After the course, then there will be impact services by the blue sign. Please sign with them. Once you're done with that, the most important thing that you have to talk about, digital passport. Mostly you may not be aware that now EU is going to introduce a digital passport services. So each of your government will have a digital sign. So once they scan it, they will know where the yarn is purchased, where the processing is done, where the manufacturing is done. The whole history of the government will be shown. So the digital passport is important for us. So that's the reason we engage Blue Sign. They already started working on it. So you can't escape in the future that without the digital passport, you can't export to Europe. That the same thing will follow in USA also. Then slowly even other countries also will follow. So we want to take the lead. That's why we have requested you here. And the digital, once you've got the impact services, then that's the first step. Second step is digital passport service. Then other thing is the partnership. All the 3 will be done with the blue side. My request is, not only you are participating here, tell your colleagues, tell your friends, especially I request buying agents and buying houses, that please say that all your exporters should get registered, because once it comes in, it is very difficult for us to rush in and get things done. So be prepared that digital passport service digital passport ways is going to be a very complicated one. But once you get this certificate done by Blue Sign, then it will be easy. Then they will give all the traceability from beyond to the finishing. And also their Blue Sign has got a lot of training or a partnership with the many chemical industries, and they are all being recognized by the Blue Sign, so that what are the chemical you used, the Blue Sign will be easy to certify all. More than that, what I requested to Blue Sign and Katharina, once you get registered our name, please take our buyer name, because we do everything what our buyer says. So unless even EU says we will not do it, but buyer says we will do it. So I told Katharina that please approach all the buyers. Already we have given the list, and when you are enrolling yourself, please give your buyer's name, so that Blue Sign will have a contact with them, and they will have a partnership with the buying, so that our blue sign label is recognized by the buyers also. That's a more important role we have requested for the blue sign. And another good thing about this is no other country has come forward or taken steps as we are doing it. You know, in Tirupur, we already 23 crore of litter is daily recycled, and we use it 95%. And we have planted already 2.5 million trees in and around Tirupur. And we produce 2,000 megawatts, 1,800 megawatts in the solar, and another 250 megawatts in the windmill. No, it's other way around. Solar is 250 and 1,800 from windmill. But we consume only 250 megawatts in Tirupur. We give the balance to the Tamil Nadu Electricity Board. So most of the factories, even in Delhi and Bangalore, they are going for a green factory concept. So once that is done, what is green factory? That you'll have a solar power, use every possible thing to save the earth. So India has already taken the steps, and our government also is aware of it. And the Honorable Finance Minister has given some fund only for the green technology. So with all this support, we should be well prepared, and as always, we should lead the world that we are ESG compliance factories. With this, I wish this workshop is success. And once again, I welcome all the dignitaries on the dais and also off the dais for coming and listening to me. And please, please register yourself to save our export, to save our country and save the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Sudhir Sekhri, Chairperson AEPC, who's also our chief guest for the day, to enlighten the gathering by his wise words. Can we have a huge round of applause, please?
Dr. Shaktivel, Chairman, Skill Council, and of course Anna, we fondly call him Anna, fondly and respectfully, and my dear friend and colleague in APC, Mr. Vendrupal, who's been the past chairman, is now a very senior member of the Board of Governors. Madam Catherine Mayer from Blue Sign, Mr. Yadav and Mr. Amit. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank Apparel, Made-ups and Home Furnishing Sector Skill Council and Blue Sign Technologies for collaborating with AEPC on such an important topic. Under this initiative, we are jointly organizing awareness generation programs in ready-made garments across several manufacturing clusters across India. We started with Tirupur on the 5th of this month, followed it up with one in Bangalore, and then Mumbai. Here in Gurgaon, this happens to be the fourth in the series of programs, and will be followed up with one in Jaipur, Kolkata, and Noida. Friends, keeping in mind the various legislations passed by the EU on the sustainability front, there is the need to make a delicate balance between ESG and profitability. And over the next years, if we were to achieve a significant export share in the global market, sustainability has become of paramount importance. This is the right time for us to draw our attention to the important discussions on sustainability, circularity, traceability, environment, labor, good management practices, and social compliances. India also faces rising environmental, technological, and sustainable challenges. Apparel export sector has been subjected to many types of NTBs, ranging from labeling instructions, certification requirements, minimum import price regulations, import restrictions, additional documentation, rules of origin, labor and environmental standards in many European Union countries. Some of the Indian export items also face charges of violation of US labor policies, sanitary measures at workplace, suspected use of azo dyes, labeling and marketing requirements, issues relating to compliance and with environmental norms and security checks at consignments. Developed countries, particularly EU and USA, are becoming more and more protectionist by putting import restrictions or on non-trade issues such as animal welfare, labor norms, climate issues, and are redefining their standards. I would like to highlight that ESG improves reputational value, elevates brand value, and helps add new generation of customers. Therefore, efficient ways to manage waste, uses of energy and water will not only lead to reduction in costs, but also a higher return of investment. That is why integrating efforts for quality production in the entire supply chain, starting with production of raw cotton to the production of apparel, and incorporating latest technologies, certification processes, holistic utilization of natural resources, proper reporting mechanisms into operations have become crucial for India in order to meet global consumers and brands' expectations. Against this backdrop, it is imperative that diverse stakeholders like the government, industry, brands, EPCs, sector skill councils, certification bodies, and even farmer groups collaborate to streamline the textile supply chain ecosystem. While some of the efforts have been done in this direction, which are certainly praiseworthy, but a collective action is needed to enhance awareness and drive widespread for the adoption of ESG. That is why a multi-stakeholder approach will also foster joint accountability, enable Indian textile sector to transition to the sustainable growth trajectory. By working together, we can harness collective intelligence, identify innovative approaches, and implement comprehensive solutions that are more effective and enduring. By leveraging collaboration as a catalyst, we can unlock the transformative potential needed to address the complex ESG challenges. In turn, this will lead to an inclusive growth of the entire value chain partners and adoption of latest technologies for better ecosystem for quality and high production ranging from raw cotton to apparel. Friends, we all know that India can position itself as an attractive hub for the apparel export to global buyers. But this will require complying to their standards, norms, and competing due diligences. In this context, sustainability, traceability, circularity comes into the picture. Since not only most of the global brands, but also the young generation is now focusing on these issues, India also needs to focus aggressively on the same. In this context, I would like to take this opportunity to highlight some of the AEPC initiatives on ESG. We have launched Apparel Industry Sustainable Action, ISA, in November 2022 at Apparel House with Compliance First, Business Next motto. Since then, we have conducted numerous roadshows, seminars, and conclaves on the ESG in major Indian clusters and export clusters and industrial areas across the country to create awareness among the industry on this issue. Today's awareness generation program is one of the many initiatives taken by AEPC along with its partners. On this note, I would like to again thank our chairman and Madam Katrina for having taken this initiative to bring awareness amongst the various stakeholders in the garment industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Shri Virendra Uppal, sir, owner Richa Global Private Limited, our guest of honor, to please come up on the dais and speak a few words.
My elder brother Shaktivel, who's the chairman of Sector Skill Council, and my, I think, younger brother Sudhir Sekri, who's the chairman of AEPC, Madam Katrina from Blue Sign, Mr. Yadav, and Mr. Amit on this one. What I feel that, first of all, I want to thank Shaktivel, the chairman, for making me guest of honor, which I think the formality was not needed. But anyway, once he made me, he said, I want to give a respect or something. The most important thing, what is the subject, has been environment, social, and governance. The best thing what I've seen that, because it's the collaboration now with AEPC and Sector Skill Council. And I will say that, even the ATDC, the chairman is sitting over here, I think they should all join together and should do one seminar rather than doing different things, and making the people confusion and spending money also. And people are also having less time to attend, So my request that is there, that if anything is to be done on this subject, they all should be together and they should all do one in every city what they're doing and everything. And as Shaktivel, because I know him for the last 35 to 40 years, what he has done for Tirupur is miracle. What he is doing for Tirupur is also miracle. And Shakti also in his lifetime, he has been chairman of AEPC for 3 years, chairman of FIO. You mention any organization regarding textile, he is already there. And he is also always take a very important subject. And this is, according to present time, this is the most important subject for the garment industry, for any textile industry. And I think his collaboration now with Blue Sign, every member will be benefited for that. And it's a very good initiative. And I wish all the success for this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And with this, now I would like to hand over the mic to Ms. Katrina, who's our esteemed guest for the day from Blue Sign, to give an insightful overview of the ESG awareness program for apparel industry. We welcome you here, ma'am, with a huge round of applause, please. Thank you.
It's an honor to be here. Mr. Sudhir Sekri, thank you so much for your enlightening speech. Mr. Uppal, thank you so much for your words. Dr. Shaktivel, thank you so much for the collaboration that you initiated together with Blue Sign. And Dr. Yadav, Amit, thank you so much for being here together to present the program that we have developed in a collaboration between AMHSSC and Blue Sign. It's our absolute pleasure. Blue Sign is a company that has served the textile industry on a global level for the last 25 years. It is on our hearts and it's our right to exist as a company to bring sustainable solutions to the textile and apparel industry. We do that as technical consultancy partners for the textile mills, for the chemical companies who serve the industry, and also for the buyers, for the brands. Yeah, better? Okay, thank you, Amit. So when we, is that for the slides? Yeah. So when we met last year in Tirupur, speaking about the digital product passport and what BlueSign offers for the industry as an impact service to create the data on production site level that is ultimately needed to at one day arrive at the digital product passport for the products. This one? Okay. Yeah, one step back. Okay. We met Dr. Shaktivel and we realized that there is so much in common that we want for the industry. So our goal to upskill the industry of India in textiles is the same. That's why we started this cooperation. So Dr. Shaktivel and Mr. Upal came to Switzerland and we brainstormed what we can offer to serve the industry in the best way. And this is how the program started. So our BlueSign Academy, the ones that are connected with the governments and are very well aware of the regulations that are coming up globally for the buyers, for the brands, set up this 8 weeks class in which we tackle the ESG acronym basically in the different areas and split apart what is being done content-wise, what can be done to implement ESG into your companies, into the supply chain. And it's very important to create an understanding of this, what it means, of the acronym, like how do we tangibly fill it, like what can we do in which areas. Of course, BlueSign, for instance, we are experts coming from the chemical industry, textile processing industry. Our focus has always been the environment, but also the people. So when we talk about the workers within the factories, they are handling the chemical products, they're handling the processes, they're like exposed to everything, to the production side processes, and also here we have the social aspect. So what we did is our BlueSign Academy took ESG, made it digestible for the managers, because sustainability as a journey needs to be led by the leaders, needs to be implemented by the management. So this is why we created this 8 weeks class in the first place for the managers, who have then the possibility to tackle it down to the let's say middle management and change something for the good for the people and for the environment, for the earth and for the people. So that's been said in a nutshell. We encourage you to take this class. I know that Amit is going into depth, into more detail about the how and the content. Just an overview. So we have really we tackle different chapters. I don't want to repeat it then later on, but one point in the later steps is also environmental reporting. And it's a necessity that we need. We need to understand environmental reporting to then be geared up for the digital product passport. So we talked about the tiger a lot. The tiger is coming, but be prepared, and the preparation time is needed now. So that's why we say we need to have the common understanding of the what to implement the how in the best way for each company, because not every company starts at the same level. And that's important to understand, where do we start? And that's maybe another thing, apart from this 8 weeks course, BlueSign also offers the impact partnership, impact service, and that's on a production side level, support of the implementation that we give you the opportunity to learn. So in this course, you will learn the what and the how, and with the impact partnership of BlueSign for the production sites, we are supporting you in the nitty-gritty and also verifying the data. And that is very important when we export and when we want to be on the global market. We need someone like an institution that is verifying the data. So it's important that that's what Dr. Shaktival says, like when we are like on the global market to raise the numbers for the exports as an example, to make India stronger, even stronger in the global, like international textile industry, offering to the buyers what they are asking for. We need to get prepared now to be then ready when they're asking for the DPP data. So it's not gonna be the product only in the right time, in the right quality, but it's like product plus data. And to gather the product plus data, you really need the data on the production site level first, and BlueSign verifies that. But also BlueSign helps you, and we heard it mentioned before, with the chemical change management. Because chemicals also have a footprint, right? We have, for instance, like there's the Apparel Impact Institute in the US, and they have recently announced like climate solution portfolio, and BlueSign is one of the facilitators for the climate solution portfolio. And as said, like we start really in the chemical industry with the chemical products, reducing the substances that are hazardous from these products together with the chemical industry, so that the wet processing mills have better have less risk, basically, to later on fail in tests. To continue, so basically, again, back to the sessions of the e-learning course, it's a very easy to handle solution. So we give you access, everyone has his own access, and we tackle these different chapters. And I would like to quickly ask Mr. Somsundran to the stage for giving us a little bit more insight in the courses that you see here, because he is like, welcome. So he is like our BlueSign Academy face in India, and has really closely worked together with the BlueSign Academy to set up the class together also with Amit and the AMHSSC team. And I want to quickly give him the stage.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and it's my honor to be presenting on this session's plan. And the intent of this foundation on sustainability in apparel industry, in fact, to bridge the gap in the skill area, in fact, I mean, how we can, narrow down the gaps with respect to ESG and the sustainability, and also to remove the myths, misinterpretation, misconceptions, and different definitions available in the executive level and implementing level. Maybe you are all sitting here. In fact, you have a better learning and experience on the ESG, and you are all global trotters, and you have better understanding. But down the line in the organizations, people may not be that much aware, and they are equipped. Thereby they are not resonating to your expectation, and that is where the course is very important to make your executive level and your officers to gear up to the expectation of your buyers. And also due to the lack of definitions and clarity, subordinates may not be in fact delivering as per the buyer's request. And in fact, this course will make the managers and the implementing team the complete nonsense of art, science, and the profession of sustainability. Thereby, your organization will achieve no misleading claims as per the buyers. And it will result, end of the day, in fact, it will result the smile in the face of the last mile customer of your brand. And we, in fact, make 8 sessions here. The session 1 will give the introduction to the sustainability and ESG, and it will also give the clear terms and classify what are the things under environment, social, and economy impacts, how we can mitigate all the risks. Session 2 will talk about the historical perspective, how since World War II, today how industry evolved and the customers evolved and also the market evolved and moved from mass production to now e-commerce customer engagement. And during the changing times, changing trends, and the customers' aspirations grown globally. Now even Indian customers, rural customers aspire more, and even Indian brands are compelled to follow ESG things. And session 3 will be talking about the sustainable fibers and inputs. It's actually, in fact, how we can reduce the overconsumption of the impactful chemicals, raw materials and everything, and coming out with the alternative material which will contribute to the betterment of geosphere, atmosphere and aquasphere and biosphere. And alternative fibers, not only the natural per se, in fact there are other recycling methods and the waste management, everything will be taken care, and how we can answer to the responsible fashion, shifting from fast fashion to the responsible fashion. And session 4 will talk about eco-friendly textile process. Globally, in fact, the best available techniques on the low impact chemicals and materials are available, and furthermore we will also help you out how you can achieve this sustainability performance. Session 5 will talk about the impact and footprint assessment. That is where our expertise is very more, and we will also taking care of the greenhouse gases emissions, water, energy, textile waste and chemistry management. And it is also fulfilling the requirement of LCA, that is life cycle assessment circularity, that is moving from linear to loop. And these are all will be discussed in the sessions very elaborately in the session 5. Session 6 will talk about the chemical and hazardous material management, and session 7 will talk about social and ethical aspects in apparel industry, fair labor practices, workplace conditions, and making sustainable workforce. That is also important. Taking care of their health, safety, welfare, not only your Indian Factories Act but also the bias requirement. And session 8 will talk about the regulations all over the world, and they talked very more about the digital product passport, how we will give you the eKPI, answers to your eKPIs. Finally, that will be making your organization fulfilling the requirement of ESG reporting. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
eKPI just mentioned, you can elaborate.
Thank you, Mr. Sampuntran. Good. So you got speaking so fast that I was almost like, whoo, slow down, give us some air to breathe. Thank you so much for rushing us through the 8 sessions. I know that Amit will also say something about it, so it's all good. Thank you so much. So you see, it's really like basics. To fill the acronym ESG, to make it understandable, to arrive at the same place so we know what we are talking about, to kick off then what we need to be ready for the tiger who's coming, as Dr. Shaktivel says. So again, it's my pleasure to cooperate with the AMHSSC sectors like Skill Council to skill up the Indian textile and apparel home furnishings sector. So yeah, we are excited about this course. We are ready to come up with also new initiatives together in this cooperation. It's just the start, and we are happy to serve you with all our knowledge, and we are happy to bring the Indian textile industry to the next level together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on, I would now like to invite Mr. Amit Singh, Joint Director, AMHSSC, to give his presentation on knowledge adoption and practical implementation of business routines.
Good morning, everyone. So it's an honor to welcome you here for the joint initiative of AMHSSC and Blue Sign, presenting you the foundation of apparel sustainability. First, as we delve into the program, first I will like to draw inspiration from the esteemed members on the podium who has not only, sailed us through the challenging times of MFA quota regime and, made the Indian apparel industry strengthening and as competitive as another countries in the world, and, promoting the apparel exports not only that, but also now we have standing here to get a leap into the future for sustainable and greener future. So I would like to first welcome Padma Shri Dr. A. Shaktivel, Chairman AMHSSC, Ms. Katharina Mayer, CRM Director, Indian Subcontinent, Shri Sudhir Sekhri Sir, Chairman AEPC, Shri Virendra Uppalji, former Chairman AEPC and Board Member AMHSSC, and Dr. Vijay Yadav, CEO AMHSSC. So, for the presentation, as Sir has told regarding the tiger, so I will get you know how sharp are the claws of tiger, how fast the tiger can run, and how we can mitigate the risk from this tiger. So not only it takes the vision to see the unseen and to see the future, but also it takes you to empower the team and others to take the leap into the future. So is the vision of our Chairman, Dr. A. Shaktivel, to get a leap into the future, as under his leadership, we are now sitting here for this ESG event, and we will be empowering our apparel exports here for the sustainable future. Ms. Katharina, her commitment towards the sustainable practices and in the textile and apparel industry, now you have created a benchmark for the environmental stewardship. Thanks for that. At AMHSSC, we believe that stitching is not just a skill. So we don't believe in product-based, but we believe in processes. If you are equipped with the skilling, you can make n number of processes. So when we are talking about the ESG compliances, there are n number of compliances, let's say Higgs Index, GOTS, Ecotex, OHSAS 18000. So there are questions that n number of compliances there, what compliances we should go upon. So the course is, getting us empowered regarding the skilling and regarding the processes. So it's just the foundation of apparel sustainability. We are creating a foundation for, ESG principles and how we can implement into the apparel industry and how we can empower our sustainable practices to be responsible manufacturer and a compliant customer. Along with the expertise of Blue Sign in the industry, their assessment, their Blue Sign system, the academy, we are very thankful for collaborating. But first, let us see what is ESG. Let's go to the what, why, and how framework. But what is ESG? The environmental, social, and governance principles which a company or an organization should comply upon for a better future, for sustainable practices and fair labor and the resources, utilization of the resources. Sustainability is not a buzzword, but it is serious business, as it enhances the brand reputation. It also mitigates the risk of the loss of business, and it also attracts the incentives from the government. These are the compliances which not only involved in the industry as an organization, but it involves each and every stakeholder. We are talking about the traceability, we are talking about the transparency. So from the soil till the shipment and till the reusability of the fiber and the garment, we are developing an ecosystem of the stakeholders to be compliant to each and every part of the supply chain. Here are the environmental, social, and governance compliance, which will be taking into the course. Then moving on to the why. Why we are here and why we want to get into the ESG and sustainable practices. These are the UN Sustainable Development Goals. These are 17 goals which somehow are linked and somehow are linked with each and every stakeholder who is involved in the apparel industry, from the farmer, as I've said earlier, to the consumer. So we'll be hitting on each and every aspect by empowering and embracing these kind of sustainable practices. Here is the environmental impact of the of the apparel industry, the water consumption, the emissions, and the chemical which we are discharging in the oceans, in the rivers, the pollution which is being created by the apparel industry. Here are the numbers. 99% of the clothes can be recycled, and we have done this thing in some of the organizations in like zero discharge policy. So we can embrace and prepare ourselves for the landfills to be reduced by recycling and reinventing and shredding practices and other practices which can be used upon. So as sir has said, the tiger, so it's not only the tiger, it's the pride of tiger. These are the members of that pride, the compliances of European regulation and the US regulation. So they are talking about the chemical management, they are talking about fair labor practices. It started with the sweatshops, and look how the buzz was created, and Nike's brand reputation was diminished because of that. Some organizations have taken organic cotton, but it was not actually organic cotton. So that kind of things are also there. So we are talking about traceability, sustainability, transparency. It's not only in the supply chain, but it has to be on the product as well. So these compliances are very much into the part, and by 2027, this will be the part of apparel industry also. To mitigate that risk, we have to be geared up for these compliances. Let's see the risk where we are having these kind of compliances which are very much impacting our business. Till now, 17 USD worth of Indian apparel exports has been annually. And according to the risk, the CBAM, the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, 9.8 billion of the US dollar business has been affected. It is regarding all the sectors, including agriculture. Majorly, it has been hit upon by the steel industry, but it will come to the textile and apparel. So we have to gear up for this. If we see, so there is a phrase, Rome was not built in a day. So if we see, earlier, it will take partial, compliances, which will require some investment, be it time or monetary. But afterwards, being a full compliant organization, there will be a 10 to 15% of long-term increase in the business. There will be increased brand reputation. There will be attracted incentives and FDIs, and strong enhancement of the labor practices. If we are not following these kind of compliances, then we are hitting up to 43% of the business in the apparel industry only. These are the economic benefits, as I've talked earlier. Efficient practices will increase the 50% of energy saving. Sustainable business will attract 20 to 30% sales in the conventional brands. Here, as I've talked earlier about the sweatshops, fair labor practices are not only just compliances, but it is very important for the brand reputation. As we can take the example of Nike here, the sweatshops. So it is very important for the fair labor practices, the social part of the industry. Investor confidence and funding. For ESG practices, we have attracted $51 billion in 2020. So there are chances market access initiative and the green certificate of conformity, these kind of practices and initiatives will further enhance the foreign direct investments. Now introducing the course curriculum, 8-week learning course, which is in collaboration with Blue Sign Academy. So this is the interface where you will be given a login ID for each individual, and these are the 8-week modules, 8 modules. The course will have 5 live sessions, Q&A sessions with the experts from Blue Sign and AMHSSC. And the cost is 39,999. So it is a mere cost for empowering the experts which it is the volume where it is billions. Program highlights, when you are logging into the course, it is a self-paced learning mode where after every 2 weeks, there will be a question answer session and a risk and doubt clearing session from the experts. We have earlier kept it 1 hour, but now we can, as far as the queries have been, answered, till the time we can extend the session. As you can see the program outline and the course framework. Why join our initiative? So the manufacturers are the most benefited by this, as we are providing a foundation for not only ESG practices, but we are making an ecosystem for fair practices and ethical practices all over the stakeholders. So not only it will be a self-provocacy for the organization to improve their stakeholders, their vendors, their suppliers, and the consumers as well. So this is the certification will be jointly given by Blue Sign Academy and AMHSSC. And what will be the benefits? It will be sustainable sourcing, eco-friendly production, employment policies, and the data protection for the governance. And who should attend? I think everybody should attend who is a responsible person for the future, for the Indian apparel industry, and for the Mother Earth. So that's from my side. Let's call to action for the greener future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to present an open Q&A session for all of you. All the dignitaries of the dais can have a one-on-one question-answer session with the dignitaries on the dais and the experts for any topic if you want to have. You can just give me a call or raise your hand and we'll have the mics arranged for you. Anyone from the guest, anyone who's here who wants to have a question from the dignitaries on the dais? It's an open Q&A session with the experts we have on the dais. So is there any questions from the audience end?
Yeah, please come forward. Any questions, please?
It would be a really fruitful discussion, and maybe you solve the queries others might also hide in their, minds. So anyone who's up for any question, who would like to ask the expert something, anything you want to take their advice? Sure, sir.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for the informative presentation, really engaging session. My question is that whenever we talk about sustainability or the regulations, we speak about EU regulations and let's say American one, California 65 and all. But is there any major update happening on the India market? Because for us, the India market is equally big, right? So any major regulations or directives already in place from government? Any highlights on that ground would be really helpful.
Yes, already our Ministry of Textile has taken the initiative of green technology. There is a special fund available. And also now air protection is the subject of our Indian government, and the Honorable Prime Minister always talk about the environment of India. So definitely slowly that whatever the regulation comes to Europe may not be enforced here, but it will be advisable to go in further. So advisory effect will be there for the domestic market. Yeah, please. Okay. Sorry. Actually, Indian government is already taken this job. Ministry of Textile has got the Green Technology Fund created. And once European and the USA bring this regulation, and not as enforcement, but as advisory government of India will enforce, because our Honorable Prime Minister is always wants green technology. Anybody else?
Any other questions?
Okay, then we'll also have opportunity to meet Catherine and others during the lunchtime. You can go.
With this, now I would like to... Okay.
Hi, good afternoon. Rahul this side from Ambadi Enterprises. So you mentioned recycled and organic cotton. So how it is different from the JRS and GOT standards? And also you mentioned for the EU there is REACH standards, and for America it is Prop 65. So how it is different from the OCOTEX, and if we are doing the Prop 65 testing for the products, so are we obliged to this standard or not?
So majorly, there are different kind of compliances which we are dealing upon. We here with Blue Sign are providing a bouquet of these compliances, and we will be, after the audit part is being, taken care of, those compliances can be taken in one go by the Blue Sign audit services. So that's how that will be, one-stop shop for each and every kind of compliances. So you don't have to, that's why Shaktivel sir has said about the buyers. We are, involving the buyers. The list of buyers will be provided. And when that is possible, then there is a lesser hassle of not going to different kind of compliances altogether. That is time taking, and monetary it is, hampering as well.
But likewise, you mentioned Nike breached the compliance or the...
No, it was the sweatshop thing which I quoted from the Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now Nike is maintaining the traceability of these products. Likewise.
Yeah. So there are organizations which are already the part of digital passport where you can go to the traceability till the soil, as in the farmer, what kind of organic things you are using in the, what kind of resources you are using into the, so that kind of traceability Patagonia is already doing in India with some suppliers. So that kind of traceability can be done for future, and that is the regulations and compliance is asking for, the due diligence and reporting.
And what about the ZDSC and HIG?
Higgs is different, but it is coming under the Blue Sign. Yeah.
So ZDHC, for instance, started as a platform to rate chemicals or to offer the rating of chemicals. And Blue Sign approved chemical products are always on the highest level of the gateway of the pyramid of ZDHC. And we now have like the aspirational level. And Blue Sign recently contributed the Sustainable Chemical Index, SCI, to ZDHC to develop, really like to cooperate on the development of the highest level also together. So there are collaborations between Blue Sign and other standards to reduce the workload and also the costs for the manufacturers. Because in the end, we don't want the manufacturers to do double work or double efforts. And also, you mentioned HIG, FEM, Facility Environmental Module. Also here, there is a data exchange between HIG and HIG, FEM and Blue Sign, for instance. So there are collaborations to reduce the workload for the manufacturers. That's important.
Okay, so like the same, sorry.
Yeah, please.
So likewise, HIG and other portals. So it will also provide a portal for this to assess and monitor these things?
I'm not sure if I understood well. A portal, if we provide a portal?
Yes.
So we have our system partner area, and the area where we give access like to dashboards. Every company has his or the own dashboard of the environmental key performance indicators on the platform, and there is a data exchange between other organizations because we don't want you to do double work. But for instance, the chemical inventory list, that is unique with Blue Sign. So when we work together with our manufacturers on the chemical inventory list, the analysis is being uniquely done by Blue Sign. So that is specific. Does that answer?
Yeah, thank you.
the ladies.
Please.
Yeah, hi. I'm a buying agency and I wanted to check, just clarify. We have been recently, all our exporters have been asked to fill these various forms for, where the garment is being made, dyeing, processing, everything. And it's been really like every article that we ship. I wanted to check whether this QR code that they have now implemented and this digital passport, are they connected or is there like a relationship? Is it the same?
Yeah, so it's a carrier. The program and the QR code is like a carrier, and you can use different carriers to provide the data. What is important is if the data is verified and if the data makes sense. So this is where BlueSign comes in with our service for the impact service, for instance. We verify the data of the production sites, and then a QR code could be used via the carrier that is being chosen. Also, we mentioned Nike before. So there are brands who already have their own systems, but that doesn't mean automatically that the data is being verified, that the data makes sense.
I see, okay.
And so we can have different carriers, and the data collection and verification needs to be trained. So this is like the how we tackle the tiger, because you can have a lot of data, and if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't help at all.
Yeah. Thank you.
So there are life cycle assessment and global sustainability reporting. So the course has been dealing with that also, the exposure for these reporting, impact assessment, each and every thing is in the part of these modules.
So I have a question. Can I? Yeah, hi. So we are talking about a unified compliance, that is one part. So this is not only for the exporters or for the agents or for the buyers, it also goes down to the processing houses as well as to the mills. It goes everywhere. So this compliance, or not even compliance, this course should be done by even those people who are down the line. Because how do you intend to drive this? This is going to be from top down, or this is, how do you intend to drive this?
Yeah, very good question, because, and Dr. Segri, we talked about it before, because actually it is top down. So the regulations are becoming more stringent. So the brands need to act, the buyers need to act. They're asked to act. 2027, the DPP should be in place. But you can't say, okay, I want that without preparation. So I can't run a marathon if I'm not doing the training beforehand. I can't do any kind of yoga if I'm not moving at all, right? So this is a valid question, like how to tackle down. And we always say, if the request is not there, it's harder to get the intrinsic motivation to change something. So that's why the brands will be asking, but if the brands are not asking yet, the buyers are, maybe some are asking, maybe some are not yet asking, but they will be asking for the exporters to provide the product plus the data. But then is the industry being prepared? And this is what we say with the impact partnership, with the impact service. We need to train also the wet processing mills to do the proper implementation of all aspects that are being part of the sustainability in the wet processing. One big part, again, is chemical management. But providing the right data, lowering their carbon footprint, and again, also like a chemical product has a carbon footprint. But that being said, you are right, sir. It's tackling down. So it's backwards, we say, backwards integration to the supply chain.
Okay, so the next question would be, how would it affect the costing? Because right now, all the pressure or the point is on getting the cost down. And right now, if I look at
Good question.
so to add to that point that like right now, I am talking about giving organic, which is already high. Then now the next thing which has come in is region agri, which is even higher than organic.
Yes.
Although, so when we are looking at that upline, even for example, when it came to
Good point.
BCI, the
Good
price had
point.
increased, but then they brought it down. So when we are driving all these things, the price is going to be shooting up. So how are we going to be, mitigating those?
Yeah, very good point.
You see, yes, there is going to be an expense to this, but we believe, and we in ABC, this is what we have been telling all our members, that no expense is large enough to protect the future of your generation, of our future generations. So, if whatever you spend today is going to help your future generations, your future children, your children in the future. So so today, if your child you want to spend on your child, you don't think twice, thinking about the expenditure. Similarly, I think let's talk about the future.
Thank you. And also, like we had it yesterday, Mr. Premal Udani, he also answered especially this question yesterday in a very good way as well, saying basically what we just heard. When we don't invest now, who says that we will be there tomorrow? There won't be, and ESG is like for investors. It's an acronym that was being created to give investors like a rating where to invest. And if you don't implement it in your company, you might not survive, because if you don't have like the sustainability aspects implemented, then it's not, you can't do the exports anymore. And that important thing is to be taught also to the dye houses, to the smaller ones. We know, for instance, Singapore has 500 dye houses, and maybe smaller ones might not know the urgency here, but that's why we have associations like the T who say, okay, this is where we need to go, this is what we need to do to be as a community change, like to give the change within the community, within an association, to be on the top line in exporting, in doing preventing that the business can continue, basically.
Yeah, thank you for the answer. But I had, my question was
I
related to
just
the
want
current.
to add a point here. We are looking every time backwards. We can, the front part, the sales part, the product pricing is getting a premium on it. Whenever you are talking about organic product or sustainable product, the consumer is already feeling that it has something value added in it, and the price has been charged on premium, which is 2 to 3 times of the regular conventional product. So there we are mitigating the cost from the back side. And as I've earlier said, when we hit the economies of scale, these costs will go down substantially. However, we are taking a leap of faith here. So earlier it will be a start, it will be a little expensive. However, it will get down when the economies of scale are achieved.
Can I add something, if you all allow me, please?
Yeah, please.
I get his question from the cost perspective. So I think from a manufacturing standpoint, you'll always have this feeling that if you follow the sustainability practice, it will be an additional cost. I think what we need is a change of mindset. We have to also see, when you implement sustainability, it also gives you resource optimization, right? So look at cost balancing rather than looking as a input cost increasing. That's my suggestion.
So no, my point was not that. I understand investment, and then for the sake of future and for the sake of environment, definitely investment is, I don't think anybody would back out from the investment point of it. The question is, right now, the cost of any of these products which has gone into environmental friendly, the cost is shooting up by 20%, 30%. Now, when that comes into the costing, then there's nobody to buy it. Whom do I sell it to?
See, actually, what are the cost it's going to increase our production or manufacturing, ultimately when the regulation comes by the European Union and USA, the buyer has to follow this. They can't buy a cheaper product anymore unless there is ESG compliance is done. So the buyer has to pay for it. It's not that you are going to pay for it. So any complaints, you know that now we don't have the overtime. So when the cost is there, when the buyer says that they pay for it. So you have to get ultimately the consumer has to pay for it, that is whoever going to buy it. So to save the earth, to save the planet, everybody has to pay something and we have to save the earth. That's what it is.
Can I ask question?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so this is a great discussion. Of course, we must invest into future. There is no alternative. Probably what the House is trying to understand from Catherine that these technologies or these solutions have been around for some time. Have you or do you have any case studies where companies have leveraged these initiatives and have been able to establish measured, countable business benefits so that we are able to share with conviction that, of course, this is the way forward, but this also has a business case because these are the established evidences where the company is able to either save internally or certain buyers have been able to pay a premium of X number. And this is how the numbers work out. So that from a concept, from do good, from investing into future, we have some real numbers. And if there are cases like that, it will be much easier so that large number of companies are motivated and are guided to take initiative. Otherwise, initiative will be limited. And for an industry of our scale, unless we are able to have large-scale implementation, then country-wide or industry-wide benefits will take a long time. So if there are any established case studies, evidences that will really help to convince more and more people come forward.
Yeah, it's a given. Very good point. And it's a given that when you can track where you start, for instance, like Tea Report Exporters Association, we will soon do like a sustainability report for the association that covers a number of manufacturing mills and their environmental key performance indicators. And as we are like we gave an offer to the T members to start with the impact service. Why the impact service? Because there each production site is being taught to collect the right data in the right way. And from that point as a baseline, we start with this baseline, and then over the years we tackle the improvement. We have that for system partners who work together with BlueSign, for instance, like in China. I mean, China was cooperating with BlueSign a lot. Why? Because there we have the outdoor industry, the outdoor brands, like also Nike, Patagonia, Adidas, Puma. They all, for the outdoor clothing, they went to the like Asian, like Taiwan, Vietnam market, China market, basically to get the technical fabrics. Here we are more like a cotton-based country, so that's why we are just starting with these initiatives. That's why we say we encourage also as a second step, after taking the class, we encourage the companies on a company level to engage with BlueSign in order to collect the eKPIs. But without the baseline, we cannot show you the progress. So we need the baseline first. And it's easier to go via the associations because then we have the collection of numbers. Like the collection, we can give a sustainability report to the association that can be then shown to the buyers and say, okay, our area, like our textile area here, has a performance of this and that numbers. And that will be like a changing point also for the industry. Maybe.
Rakesh, you want to say?
Okay, thank you, Anna. Thank you, everybody on the dais. I just want to make a point. We are already in a peanut circle of circumstances that there is no alternative. Time has gone to talk about the costing and everything. If you don't perform, you will perish. You will have to change to sustain and stay in the market. With the legislation coming up and already come up in EU, America, Australia, all the Western world, we will have to take it very seriously. And compliments to Shakti, you and our chairman, Sudhir. The industry has now adopted a three-pronged strategy. AEPC is doing successful seminars for awareness. Skill Council has come up with short-term courses online. And to back up all this, ATDC has come up with 1 year, because academic input is also equally important. To train a student from the basic level to bring in the awareness of the seriousness of this initiative. I wish to inform the House, the Apparel Training and Design Center, which is ATDC, has launched this month a 1-year diploma course focused on sustainability. It's called Apparel Manufacturing Technology, AMT, focused on sustainability. And also next year, we are starting a program, a degree course in sustainability, recyclability, and reusing of the various resources that we have. The point I want to make, Chairman, is absolutely time has come to act. We cannot talk of any costing right now. A premium factory will get the business, and we have seen Rajesh was talking about some examples. Examples are very clear. The exporters who have invested into their infrastructure, who have invested in, in power generation, in water management, in chemical management, have attracted the buyers. And some of the factories that we know they have no more capacity left because the buyers are knocking at the door. Because these factories are compliant. These factories are very serious about the environment. And as Chairman AEPC just mentioned, it is our social obligation as well. Much above our business interest, it's a question of our future. We have to meet that goal of 1% degree temperature rise. And if we falter on that, there will be a global, catastrophe. So there is no way out. And I will encourage some buying houses and exporters to come forward and even sponsor the students at the ATDC and all that, where we train them from the basic level. So compliments to the chairman of AEPC and the Skill Council, because ATDC is a veritable arm of the Apparel Export Promotion Council only, that we have taken it very seriously, and in times to come we'll be more aggressive in sensitizing the trade about the importance of this initiative. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, thank you.
So thank you so much, everyone. I hope all your doubts are clear now, and thank you so much to all the dignitaries on the dais for clearing all the doubts. With this now, I would like to invite Dr. Vijay Kumar Yadav, CEO AMHSSC, to give his closing remarks for the event. Can we have a huge round of applause, please?
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor and privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to our guest, the chief guest, and everyone present here. We are deeply grateful for your participation in this significant event today, highlighting the importance of ESG principles and its implementation in the textile industry. First and the foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our esteemed chairman, Padma Shri Dr. A. Shaktivelji. His visionary leadership and unwavering support has been instrumental in bringing this event possible. Dr. Shaktivel's dedication to advancing sustainable practices has paved the way for the meaningful progress in our industry. आपके सहयोग के बिना सर ये पॉसिबल नहीं था, एंड मैं तहे दिल से आपका शुक्रगुजार हूँ आपने जिस तरह से मोटिवेट किया है टीम को. आई वुड लाइक टू एक्सटेंड माई सिंसियर ग्रेटिट्यूड टू आवर चीफ गेस्ट श्री सुधीर सेखरी जी, चेयरमैन APC. सर आपके अभाग्य बिल्कुल सहयोग की वजह से आज ये हम पॉसिबल कर पाए हैं अपने प्रोग्राम को. योर लीडरशिप and the commitment in promoting the sustainable practices within the garment industry has been instrumental in guiding us towards a future where the ESG principles are deeply integrated in our operations. सर आपने जिस हिसाब से अपनी टीम को तैयार किया है हमें सहयोग देने के लिए हम तहे दिल से शुक्रगुजार हैं आपके. I would like to acknowledge our guest of honor, Shri Virendra Uppal Saab. Your dedication to promoting the ethical business practices and sustainability within the apparel industry and your all the time guidance in the future goals, achieving the future goals is really appreciable, sir. Thank you very much for your support and gracing the moment today. My heartfelt gratitude goes to Ms. Katina Mayer and her team for the Blue Sign for all the support they have given us in formulating this beautiful course, which will be in time to come going to very, very advantageous for the industry. Thank you very much, madam. My heartfelt gratitude goes to all the industry delegates here who could find the time out of their busy schedule to be here on this morning. Your engagement and contributions will continue to inspire us for the positive change within this industry. I also wish to express my appreciation for our media friends for covering this event and the event management company for managing the show. Lastly, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the dedicated team of AMHSSC and all the APC colleagues here who could extend their very hard work in the past couple of months in making this event successful. My heartfelt gratitude goes to all of them. Can we have a big applause for them? Thank you very much. I'm excited to announce that the registration is now open as already disclosed. So our first batch is going to commence from 3rd of September and I invite all the industry members to join for this drive and register themselves for an early advantage. In the today's rapidly evolving world, integrating the ESG principles is not optional but imperative. As the textile industry continues to expand, aligning to the environmental and the social standards becomes equally important and critical. ESG provides the framework through which we can address these challenges in time to come. At AMHSSC, we are deeply devoted towards the skilling ecosystem development and providing the industry with the various opportunities in which the industry can benefit apart from the skilling through some incentivization of their training cost. I urge the industry to take full advantage of these schemes wherein they can either train a fresh person or they can upskill an existing person who is well acquainted with the skills to make him still better and more productive. And by taking participation in these schemes, industries do get incentivized up to rupees 1,000, up to 15,000 rupees for the various kind of programs. So I can assure you from this podium that our team is in constant touch with the industry partners and they are very keen to support in whatever way possible so that the industries can reap the benefit and in the same time prepare the skilled workforce which is needed for their future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to dwell upon the apprenticeship program which is very much sought after the other skill development programs and minded the government is very, very serious about it. Just to give you a figure, under the apprenticeship program, the industries can benefit not only in terms of the stipend saving per month they can avail for a period of 12 months in which government is paying a part of up to rupees 1,500 per candidate per month and industries can avail it for a period of 12 months under this program. And you'll be happy to know that Government of India has set aside around rupees 1,000 crore just to disburse this DBT among the candidates employed by the industry. And over and above that, it is again another heartening news or heartening fact that more than 21 lakh youth has already been aligned to take advantage of these DBTs in time to come. And this is high time that industry realizes and take advantage of the apprenticeship program, wherein they can take up to 15% of their workforce under the apprentice. And over and above, they don't have any compulsion to take the apprentice as a regular worker after the completion of the program. So that way, they get an opportunity to prepare a skilled workforce which is much suitable for them, and they can be more choosy about the quality of the skilled workforce which is available to them. As we conclude today's session, I urge all the export houses and the industry stakeholders to actively participate and increase the skilling initiatives in their companies. My team, as I said, would be more than happy to take this endeavor forward and assist the industry in whatever way possible. I can assure you that. Today's event is a critical step towards realizing a responsible and sustainable future. Let's seize this opportunity before us and champion the responsible growth. Embracing the ESG today is not only ensures a prosperous future, but for our industry, it is also contributing to a better world. Thank you for your participation, engagement, and dedication to this noble cause. Let us move forward and make it a better world for tomorrow. Thank you very much, and please join us for the lunch. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great morning. We had a good session. But this good session, I want to give a happy news. We are honored to celebrate Mr. Sudhir Sekri's birthday. We are going to have a cake cutting ceremony with all of you here. I request my dear beloved, please come and cut the cake. God bless you always, Chairman.
I would request all the guests to please be with us here and be a part of our celebration. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us today. It was a pleasure having all of you here. I would also request that please don't leave without having lunch. We have a lunch prepared for you all. You can also have a word with our experts out there. Thank you so much, everyone.